Welcome to Manhattan, Kansas, and the Ford Fox College Saturday pregame show. Miami is making its first ever trip to the Little Apple to take on the number 21 ranked Kansas State Wildcats. It is the ACC versus the Big 12 on Fox College Football Saturday. Welcome to the Little Apple for Fox College Football as Miami visits number 21, Kansas State. And hello everybody, Justin Kutcher alongside former Heisman Trophy winner Eric Crouch. And Eric, whenever anybody talks about Kansas State, they talk about their quarterback, Colin Klein. Whenever anybody talks about Colin Klein, they compare him to Eric Crouch. You're Eric Crouch. What do you see when you see Colin Klein?
Hey, Colin Klein is a giant compared to me. So, he's going to go out there. He's a big bruising type player, a quarterback with a lot of flexibility and balance. And I think the Snyder gives him the reign to really do whatever he wants offensively.
Speaking of doing it offensively and doing it on their own, this Miami team, they're a very young team, but they're a very talented and fast team.
Yeah, they're young, and it's going to be coming down to character today. Last week against Boston College, they were a team that came from behind 14 points to win that game. So today, another test in character. Duke Johnson, the freshman running back, joined the list of Edgerrin James and Clinton Portis. So expect him to get a lot of touches as well.
It is a matchup of the ACC versus the Big 12. Miami is in town for the first time here in Manhattan, Kansas, taking on number 21, Kansas State. It's coming up next.
His knee was down.
What a great goal line stand. Unbelievable.
350 days ago, Colin Klein and the Kansas State Wildcats announced their return to the national picture with a last-minute win against Miami. Today, with a new quarterback and a star in the making in the backfield, the Canes storm into the Little Apple looking for revenge. Round 2 comes your way today. College football on Fox starts now. Fox College Football is presented by Geico. A beautiful Saturday morning here in Manhattan, Kansas, getting set for this matchup between Miami and Kansas State. Let's check in with Darius Walker down the sideline. Darius, what are you looking for today?
Hey guys, one of the marquee matchups to watch today is the special teams. Coach Snyder told us that at K-State, there's not lip service. They are truly committed to excellence out of their special teams unit. All coaches are involved in all part of the process, which makes their unit one of the best in the country. On the flip side, Miami coach Al Golden said that they need explosive plays out of their special teams. Should be a good matchup here today, guys. I'll keep you updated on everything that's happening here on the field. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Darius. Jake Wyclaw will kick things off here for Miami. Tyler Lockett, Tremaine Thompson back deep. This one will sail out of bounds, draw a penalty, and good starting field position for Kansas State.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
Time now for our Taco Bell impact players. Eric, who do you see from Kansas State?
Well, like Darius said, Tremaine Thompson, a big playmaker in the special teams. B.J. Finney, the center. He's the leader of that offensive line on this first drive. Arthur Brown, senior, transfer from Miami, very explosive, and he has a knack for the ball.
Colin Klein will start in the shotgun here for Kansas State. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. John Hubert, the tailback. Braden Wilson, the fullback. And the handoff is to Hubert. And Hubert up the middle for 8 yards. Tackled by Denzel Perryman.
Offense getting off to a really good start here by opening up with an 8-yard gain. That push from the offensive line will be very important early in this game.
Colin Klein last week had a good week. A victory over Missouri State, 51-9. They scored 42 unanswered points to close out the ball game, including 35 in the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 2. A handoff again to Hubert. Hubert trying to bounce it to the outside. And he will pick up a yard, come up about a yard short. Vaughn Telemuk and Ramon Buchanan there combined for the tackle. This Miami team is led by second-year head coach Al Golden. Took over after spending 5 seasons as a head coach at Temple. And on the other side is Bill Snyder. 21st season, second stint with K-State. 3rd and 1, 2 tight ends in. Klein will keep it himself, try to push forward, and the spot, it looks like it will be a first down. Olsen Pierre was there to make the first contact.
Well, when you have a quarterback that's 230 and 6'5", I think they feel comfortable with the quarterback sneak for 1-yard gain.
Colin Klein, a guy last year who rushed 317 times.
He just puts his shoulder down, lowers his shoulder into Pierre, and pushes forward with a lean. He's going to be hard to tackle today.
1st and 10. Klein switches up the play.
Kansas State takes their first charge.
A timeout taken here by Kansas State early on in this game. No score, K-State and Miami. Bill Snyder Family Stadium's about 1:45 into this first quarter. No score. Time now for our Ford keys to the game.
Miami's got to limit their mental mistakes. They've got some very young players that have to come out and make their assignments pure. Can't give up the big play. Miami's got a quarterback to defend and Colin Klein, and he's going to be tough to take down today. Kansas State's got to start fast right now with some errors. It's not a fast start, and they have to score on special teams to make the difference in this game.
Klein in the shotgun. 1st and 10 after the timeout. In motion is the fullback Braden Wilson. Klein back to pass. Towards the sideline, completes the pass to Chris Harper. And Harper is very close to that first down marker.
Tannehill was wide open in the middle of the field. You see, he just took his eyes off him a little bit too quick, but made a great throw on the outside.
Chris Harper last week, well, he's the go-to receiver for this team. Last year, 40 receptions, 2nd down and 1. Handoff to Hubert, and Hubert with a second effort. Again, he's going to be very close to that first down marker. Looks like he may come up just a bit shy. Shayon Green, the defensive end, there to make the stop.
Well, if you can tell what they're trying to do right now offensively, they're trying to mix it up a little bit, stay a little bit balanced with a throw to the outside, but they feel really comfortable with their running game, and that's what they're going to do today is their specialty.
3rd and short. We saw this just before, and we saw Colin Klein with a sneak. Klein under center, 3rd and short. And he does sneak it, gets the push from his fullback. And would that push forward? He should have the first down.
It's such a nice play to have in your bag when you have a quarterback that's so big and can just lean forward for the first down.
Second first down picked up by Colin Klein, both on 3rd and short. First and 10 from the 44 of Miami. Handoff once again to Hubert. And Hubert will pick up a yard, tackled by Eddie Johnson. This is one thing that Kansas State is known for. A very methodical drive, take time off the clock, keep it a low-scoring game.
Well, that's what they're going to try to do right now, with try to get that defense off balance, try to get them tired, try to make a statement here in the first opening quarter that, hey, this is the type of offense that we run. We feel most comfortable with this, and it allows them to really switch things up and do a lot of different things, a lot of different looks.
3 wide receivers in on 2nd and 9 for Kansas State. Back to pass on the slant route, complete to Tremaine Thompson, and Thompson has the first down, tackled at the 26-yard line, a pickup of 17.
Really like how he led the receiver on that play. Tremaine Thompson takes the snap, sets his feet, throws the ball right on time, allows his receiver to make yards after the catch.
And that could be a key for this team, allowing his receivers, Colin Klein, to get those yards. After the catch.
Yeah, where they're going to need all the passing yards that they can get, and that helps them out in the running game.
1st and 10 from the 26 of Miami. Klein, the quarterback draw, has a blocker, and Klein can't get much. Olsen Pierre there for the stop after a pickup of 3. Colin Klein, a big kid, 6'5", 230 pounds. I mentioned it just before, carried the ball 317 times last year. Eric, you were a running quarterback. What was your most in a year?
I can't imagine having 317 carries. I had 200 carries my senior year, and I was beat up.
317 for Colin Klein last year. 10th play of the drive. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in. Klein, again the quarterback draw up the middle, has some room. Klein inside the 10, stays on his feet and gets wrestled to the ground at the 6.
You can tell how hard he is to bring down. Great block up front by the center, B.J. Finney, allowing the quarterback to make that read and get into the open field and gain a lot of extra yards on that play.
A 17-yard run by Colin Klein.
Yards after contact, able to make a move. Nice spin move to gain another 5 yards, and then they're still trying to take him down. Good balance.
1st and goal from the 7. Klein, again the slant pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for Chris Harper, Thomas Finney on the coverage.
They feel comfortable throwing that slant route down here in the red zone. It's a great route if you can get one-on-one coverage. They had it here. Just a great play by Thomas Finney getting his hand in and breaking up that ball.
The crowd here wanted a pass interference after seeing the replay here in the stadium. But 2nd and goal from the 7. This drive just about 6 minutes long.
Expect another Colin Klein run.
Klein running the option. The pitch. Hubert gets tackled as he is down at the 1-yard line. Vaughn Telemuk with a tackle to save a touchdown.
Mixing it up here. Options, slant routes, comeback routes on the outside, quarterback draws. Really everything you don't want to see from a defense.
3rd and goal now from the 1. Do you go back to Klein up the middle?
You go to Klein up the middle, but I'll tell you, he feels really comfortable throwing a fade route to his receiver, Chris Harper. Had a touchdown on that last week.
Miami expecting Klein to run. Klein, the option, keeps it, barrels in, touchdown. Klein had 27 rushing touchdowns last year, picks up his 1st this year.
The goal was to try to stop Colin Klein from a defensive perspective. They know that he brings a lot of tangibles to the table. Balance, speed, ability to break tackles. They're going to have to find a way to stop that today.
Anthony Cantelli on for the extra point. A very good start for Kansas State. 6 minutes and 47 seconds. They went 65 yards, and Colin Klein with an extra effort lowers the shoulder, a spin move, picks up some extra yards, and then runs the option. He says, I'll keep it myself. 7-0 Kansas State here in the 1st quarter. Short kick by Cantelli. Johnson takes it at the 6. Duke Johnson tries to cut it back up the middle. He is tackled at the 18-yard line. Eric, how about our Taco Bell impact players for the Hurricanes?
Well, you just saw Duke Johnson. He's the freshman. He's a guy with a lot of balance and speed. It's very valuable to his team. Pierre Olsen, the defensive front, he's going to be responsible for getting those guys together, forming a wall, and trying to stop the running game of Kansas State. In the secondary, Casey Rogers, he's got to have run support today. In the secondary, it's very important for those guys to come up and make clean tackles and try to stop Colin Klein from getting past their secondary unit.
Miami will start at their own 18. Mike James in the backfield. On first down, the quick pass to Philip Dorsett. Dorsett gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 1. Justin Tuggle there for the tackle. Stephen Morris, the starting quarterback for this Miami team, actually started opening day last year when Ja'Cory Harris was suspended for that opening game. But Stephen Morris, he is the leader of this team. 2nd and 11. A handoff is to James up the middle, nowhere to go. John Sua able to clog that hole. A pickup of 1, 3rd and 10 coming up.
Really see the energy there from Kansas State's defense, really flying around the ball, getting guys around there to make sure that there's no broken tackles.
Empty backfield here on 3rd and 10. 5 wide receivers in for the Hurricanes. Morris steps up, completes the pass to Allen Hurns, and Hurns is able to get forward for the first down. That's a big play for this young Miami team. They were very close to being 3-and-out on their first drive. Now you extend it.
Yeah, it really is a great, important play for them to keep the chains moving right now. Being on the road, a lot of these guys, is their first, second time playing there. Just to have a big play and gain that offensive momentum is important, especially for the quarterback Morris.
1st and 10 from the 29. Handoff to James. James gets wrapped up in the backfield by Vi Latui. A loss of 1.
We talked about the speed of Miami, but what about the speed right now we're seeing on defense from Kansas State?
Vi Latui, 6'2", 300 pounds. He was a high school quarterback.
Wow. Means he's got some good feet and he's an athlete.
Yeah, out of Salt Lake City, Utah. That's a quarterback you don't want to see. 2nd and 11. Morris back to pass. Completes it once again to Hurns, and Hurns
one-on-one coverage and get down.
on first down. The handoff is to James up the middle, and James will pick up 8 yards, tackled by Justin Tuggle, his 2nd tackle of the game.
Well, from a quarterback's standpoint, you really want that running game to help you out a lot. Getting 6 and 7 yards on first down is going to help in that passing game.
The toss to James, trying to get to the outside. Good containment there by Kansas State. Meshach Williams on the defensive end, not allowing James to get to the outside.
Doing his job. That's containing the running back, making sure that he doesn't get outside into that secondary. Really forced him out of bounds and used that 12th defensive player. 3rd and 1 coming up here for Miami. K-State had 3 of those on their first drive and scored. It converted all 3 times, the last time being a touchdown. Eduardo Clements now in. Handoff is to Clements up the middle. He has a first down, but loses the football. Picked up by Arthur Brown. Arthur Brown telling us about his knack for the football. If that's not finding the football and being around it and being aware of what to do, then I don't know what to say.
And that's a former Miami Hurricane, a transfer from Miami here to Kansas State. Saw the loose ball, pounced on it.
He wanted to get some yards after that pickup too. I think he was thinking maybe a touchdown.
First turnover of the game goes in favor of Kansas State. So now good starting field position once again for the Wildcats, this time from their own 42. Angelo Pease in at tailback here for Kansas State. The handoff to Tremaine Thompson. And Thompson picks up 5 yards, sets up 2nd and 5.
That's what they saw last week.
Arthur Brown speaking to him about this game. You know, you can tell that it has some added meaning, but he just tries to play it cool. Once you get between those lines, it's another football game. Klein in the shotgun on 2nd and 5. Klein, designed run. Tries to cut it back, gets tripped up in the backfield by Ramon Buchanan. Let's check in with Patrick O'Neill for our first game break. I was going to say, that's another dual threat quarterback that you have to watch out for. He does have some Eric Crouch type speed. 3rd
These guys
and 3.
are fast now. I tell you what, these quarterbacks got to be careful to play both sides.
Klein back to pass on 3rd and 3. Tries to go down the sideline for Thompson, completes it for the first down and more. Taken down at the 22-yard line by Tracy Howard, a 29-yard pickup.
Well, it didn't look that was really his first look when he dropped back to throw that ball. Kind of did a little bit of a pump fake, wasn't quite sure, and then was real patient enough to make that throw and catch on the sideline. There's the pump fake, little pat on the ball, and really just putting the placement of that ball in a perfect position for the receiver to catch it.
1st and 10 from the 22. Angelo Pease in the backfield. Tyler Lockett in motion. The handoff is to Lockett. Lockett to the outside with speed, and he gets pushed out of bounds by Casey Rogers, the second, a 16-yard pickup.
Braden Wilson, the fullback, making a huge block on the outside. See where his head's at? It's on the outside. Allows Lockett to really get on the outside of the field. Sprung him for about another 10 or 12-yard gain.
1st and goal from the 6 for the Wildcats of Kansas State. Klein, the quarterback draw again. Cuts it back, dive to the end zone. Touchdown! Second rushing touchdown of the game for Colin Klein.
And we're seeing the Colin Klein that we saw last year. They didn't run him very much last week against Missouri State, but they're feeling real comfortable with him now, putting his shoulders down and just finding the end zone.
Kansas State is 2 for 2 on their first 2 drives of this game. Their first drive. Well, the play is now under review to see if Colin Klein got in before his knee was down. Will the touchdown stand for Colin Klein, or will he be down around the 1-yard line?
I didn't see that there was any question. Looked like half his body was in the end zone.
Well,
I'd be surprised if they overturn this.
Half his body could be another yard.
Yard and a half. It's a big boy.
Let's see. Is his knee down? No.
I think he's in.
Touchdown.
He stretched out just in time. Look at him dragging the defenders. I mean, those are 250-pound guys hanging off his feet. He's dragging them on the ground.
Further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
So there you have it. Second rushing touchdown of the game for Colin Klein. The first drive began at the 35. Second drive began at the 42. Anthony Cantelli, on for his second extra point attempt. Nothing Kansas State. Johnson are back deep for the Hurricanes. Duke Johnson from his end zone, he will take a knee, and that's the smart move because now they can start at the 25-yard line. Well, Darius Walker is on the sideline. Darius, what do you see on that last drive?
Yeah, on that last drive, guys, Coach Franklin, the defensive line coach for the Miami Hurricanes, was telling his guys on the sideline here that they have to shock and shed their defenders. They're staying on blocks entirely too long. And, of course, they got to get some pressure on Colin Klein to try to slow down this K-State offense.
This K-State offense certainly is clicking. Duke Johnson's in the backfield here to start this second drive for Miami. Johnson takes the toss. And with that burst of speed, able to pick up 3 yards on first down. Trey Walker with the tackle.
This is where they were challenged last week. Down 14 points, adversity struck. They're right in it again. There's adversity right now, down 14 points. How will the freshmen respond, the sophomores respond? How is Stephen Morris going to get his team energized to come back and get themselves in this game?
4 wide receivers in on second down and 7. Empty backfield as Johnson goes in motion. Morris, his pass is complete, and reaching forward is Rashawn Scott, who will pick up 6 yards and is just shy of that first down marker.
Stephen Morris really had the option to throw to either side. Decided to go right then left and kind of look the defensive end and the safety off for a quick pickup.
3rd and 1, Mike James is back in. The pass is complete to the tight end, Clive Walford, and Walford still going, has the opening to the 20-15, tripped up at the 10-yard line. Jared Milo able to track him down after a 56-yard pickup.
Look at Clive Walford here. Just finds the zone, catches the ball, makes some moves, watches his blockers, and then sees some daylight. I think he was a little bit surprised at the run that he had.
Rashawn Scott, the wide receiver, with a good block to free him. And now it's 1st and goal for the Hurricanes. Handoff to James, cuts it back. James tackled by Justin Tuggle after a pickup of 1.
I really like how Duke Johnson initiates contact. Even though he's only going to pick up 3 yards. Puts his head down, initiates that contact, makes a statement how physical this offense can be.
Duke Johnson and Mike James in. Mike James splits out wide. 2nd and goal from the 9. Morris rolling out, pressure, and he gets tackled for a loss. Adam Davis with a sack. It'll be a loss of 6 on the play. Third and goal from the 15 now coming up here for Miami. This is what we saw from Kansas State last week. They gave up a lot of yards, but only 9 points. Can they force a field goal here? Morris back to pass, steps up over the middle, deflected, and it's incomplete. Rashawn Scott, the intended receiver. And now 4th down coming up.
Morris kind of double pumping, looking from his left, steps up, throws the ball. What a nice job from the defensive line getting their hands up. Tip pass by Ryan Mueller. Very big stop.
A 32-yard field goal attempt for Jake Wyclaw to put Miami on the board. And Wyclaw's kick is good. So Miami gets on the board. They trail 14-3 with 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
It could have a whole different look.
Wyclaw to kick off. Lockett from the 5. A dangerous return man. Lockett down the sideline, and he gets it across the 35-yard line. Let's check in with a game break back with Patrick O'Neill.
Following a 36-yard kickoff return by Tyler Lockett. It's first and 10, Kansas State.
Thanks so much, Patrick. Last week, Connor Shaw in that season opener, he showed a lot of guts and courage playing with that shoulder injury.
Yeah, he sure did. Playing with shoulder injuries aren't easy, especially in your throwing arm. It was pretty amazing to see him fight through that, the pain and the anguish to finish that game.
Starting from their own 41, 5 wide receivers in for Kansas State. Klein drops back, pressured, steps up, and he gets sacked. Anthony Chickalo, the sophomore who started every game as a freshman last year, comes up big on the first play. But Kansas State off to a good start. They lead 14-3 after the first quarter. John Hubert is in at tailback. Klein back to pass over the middle, complete to Tyler Lockett. Lockett with speed gets towards that first down marker, and it looks like he will have it. Let's check back in with Darius Walker for an injury update.
Yeah, hey guys, you saw Allen Hurns, wide receiver for Miami, come out earlier in the game. His training staff is not exactly sure what's going on with him right now. They're going to reevaluate. They've been doing a little bit of a concussion test with the iPad out here, but they're not exactly sure what's going on. All we can say is that his return is questionable at this point.
All right, thanks so much, Darius. 1st and 10 beyond midfield here for Kansas State. Klein under center tells Braden Wilson, hey, move on up. And now he drops back in the shotgun. The draw for Klein, and Klein able to get a little bit lower, fall forward, gets beyond the 45, picks up 5 yards. Tyrone Cornelius, the linebacker, on the tackle.
Again, Colin Klein has the ability to change plays at the line. They've given the free reins to do that. So when he sees something, he may see a linebacker step up on the line. And if that's the case, there's an opening there for the quarterback draw. So it was a good call.
Second down and 5. Angelo Pease now in at tailback. Play clock down to 5. Again, it's Klein on the run, cuts to the outside, has the first down, then runs out of bounds, gets hit late. There's no flag. Colin Klein, his year last year was quite a year. Over 20 rushing touchdowns, over 10 passing touchdowns. Look at the company he's in. Look at the guy right there, number 1. That's Eric Crouch. That's the guy who's in the booth right now with Tim Tebow and Cam Newton. That is elite company for Colin Klein.
Hey, but listen here, I can see by the numbers that I'm not as high as these guys are on the list there. So, Colin Klein's done a great job and continues to do great things, and you can tell why they like him here. He's perfect for the system of Bill Snyder.
On 1st and 10, the handoff is to John Hubert. Hubert bounces to the outside, and Hubert gets caught from behind by Deion Bush, a pickup of 9. We'll set up 2nd down and 1.
As a strong safety, Deion Bush has that responsibility to fill the run gaps, not let anybody get outside of him. What happens, as you can see, if Hubert just uses his legs, makes a cut, and gets outside of him, he should never be making that tackle from the inside, chasing him down. He should always turn his shoulders and force him to go inside where the rest of his help is.
Hubert last week had 152 yards on 12 carries. He got 95 of those yards on 1 carry. And it looks like we're going to have a measurement here.
You always like the 95-yard runs.
They help
sure
out
makes
for your
things
averages,
easy.
yeah.
Now your defense doesn't like you because typically they have to get right back on the field.
Well, turns out they're going to give him 10 yards on that run, so a 1st down here for the Wildcats. Kansas State trying to make it 3 for 3 on scoring drives.
Haven't seen a throw for a while. May expect some quick slants or maybe a shot at the end zone.
Chris Harper in motion. On first down, handoff to Hubert up the middle. Hubert, a nice cutback, gets down to the 11-yard line. Gets the play. Hand off to Hubert. Hubert with those good feet gets the outside. And Hubert thrown to the ground by Brandon McGee, a pickup of 9. Vaughn Telemark was the player injured for Miami. You could see him on the sideline trying to flex that knee. He's maybe the most experienced guy this Miami team has in that secondary.
When you get whipped by somebody's leg, usually that's a deep bruise is what it is, nothing structural.
Second down and 1. Let's see if they run it with Klein again. It is Klein on the keeper. Klein. Does he have the first down? It looks like he's going to be short. Denzel Perryman, the middle linebacker, a freshman All-American last year, makes the stop. No gain there for Colin Klein.
Really loaded up that right side, had a fullback and a tailback in there. Almost could tell that he was going to run the ball, but wasn't able to really get behind his blockers to use their blocks. Made an early cut upfield. Probably should have been a little bit more patient. Waited for those blocks to develop and might have had a crease to get in the end zone.
Now 3rd and 1. Kansas State has converted on all their 3rd down tries so far. Klein again running the option, the pitch to Hubert. Hubert gets tripped up short of the first down. It's Denzel Perryman again. Back-to-back strong plays by Denzel Perryman.
Denzel Perryman, what a great play, saving a touchdown here. Be in that middle linebacker position. It's going to be a rough physical day for him with all the running that Kansas State's going to do. You're going to have to bring down Colin Klein and Hubert all day long.
Colin Klein not happy as he gets taken out. Anthony Cantelli will come in, attempt a 21-yard field goal. Play clock is down to 4. Cantelli, a 21-yarder is good. Another scoring drive for K-State, but this time it results in 3 points. Some big-time plays by Denzel Perryman makes it a 17. With Philip Dorsett and Duke Johnson back deep. Dorsett from the 2. Dorsett gets wrapped up right around the 20-yard line. An 18-yard return by Philip Dorsett. How about the Nissan Heisman Watch, which takes a look at 3 Big 12 quarterbacks in the Heisman hunt. One we're seeing here today, Colin Klein, Landry Jones, and Geno Smith, who we saw last week.
Yeah, Geno Smith, 88.9% completion rate, almost unheard of. Really pretty much flawless in that game. Not really challenged. Landry Jones, another guy who comes in with the fast-paced offense, a lot of yards. They build up a lot, and then Colin Klein, what he does here today is what he's known for. He did it all last year. He's about halfway already in attempts, 11 attempts rushing. He's probably going to hit his mark, maybe a 300 this year again.
Morris, the slant was looking for Duke Johnson. It's in and out of the hands of the freshman.
Got to come up with those plays. Down 14 points. Make the play, make the pass catchable. Really would have had a lot of room to run if he would have hauled that ball in.
Duke Johnson had 3 catches last week in the victory at Boston College, a 41-32 win for the Canes. Second down and 10 from the 20. Johnson now in the backfield. The toss to Johnson. Johnson tries to cut it back, nowhere to go. He's going to lose a few yards on the play. Arthur Brown there for the stop with Randall Evans. Let's check back in with Darius Walker for another injury update.
Yeah, guys, you saw free safety Vaughn Telemark for the Miami defense go down. Thought it might have been a bruise, but it looks like it was a knee problem. Training staff was working on his knees and checking the flexibility of his knees. They put a sleeve on it, but he's ready to go. So you will see Vaughn Telemark back in the game.
That's good to know and good to see for Vaughn Telemark. 3rd and 12 after the 4th tackle for a loss in the game by Kansas State. Morris drops back, steps up, flag on the play, gets it out to Duke Johnson, and Johnson gets forward to the 30-yard line. It's going to be a hold going against Miami.
Really a smart play by Stephen Morris, not throwing a late ball downfield. I saw him really looking for the big play.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Offense, number 65. Half the distance to the goal, 3rd down.
A costly penalty there by Brandon Linder, one of the leaders on that offensive line there for the Miami Hurricanes.
We talked about mistakes early on. That can really kill the momentum that you have in any situation. Now they're pinned back deep in their own end zone.
Mike James in the backfield on 3rd and long. Morris, pump fake, brings it back down, gets sacked by Justin Tuggle. A loss of 4 on the play, and now again Kansas State should have great field position as Dalton Botts will have to punt in the back of his own end zone.
Stephen Morris not really getting the protection that he's wanting today, scrambling around. Once he has to make a move, he has to come off a certain read. Makes it very difficult for him to complete a pass.
Tremaine Thompson is standing at around the 45-yard line of Miami. Botts gets a high punt off. Thompson back by the 50, makes the catch. Thompson has some room in the middle. Flag comes flying as he crossed the 40-yard line up to the 38.
There's no foul on the play for a block in the back. The block was on the side. 1st down.
Once again, great starting field position here for Kansas State. Colin Klein trying to kind of pick up where these quarterbacks left off. Look at this from last year. Starting quarterbacks in the Big 12, now starting tomorrow in the NFL.
Well, I think it says a lot about the ability that the Big 12 brings to the National Football League. These players are able to recruit athletes that can do both run and throw.
Angelo Pease in the backfield for Kansas State. Klein, a quick pass. He completes it to Tyler Lockett, a pickup of 4. Let's check back in with Patrick O'Neill for a game break. All right, thanks so much. Penn State coming off that loss last week at home in the opener. Here is Kansas State again trying to make it 4 for 4 on scoring drives. A handoff to Pease, and Pease keeps those legs churning up to the 30-yard line. A.J. Highsmith, the free safety, comes in for the tackle, a 4-yard pickup for Angelo Pease.
Take a look at how far the strong safety has to come up and make a play. All the way in, A.J. Highsmith being very physical, not letting him pick up any extra yards after contact.
3rd and 3, and a timeout will be called here by Miami. Al Golden wants the crew to come over. Let's get this play set up as Miami trails 17-3, 7:24 to go here in the first half. Thanks so much, Patrick. Back here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Wildcats of Kansas State. After Miami called the timeout, what do they do defensively? Klein in the shotgun with Angelo Pease right next to him. Klein will run with it. And Klein, with that big frame, gets the first down up to the 25, picks up 5 on 3rd and 2.
What a great job of just following his tailback, Angelo Pease, and being very difficult again just to bring down.
Eric, how about the fact that Kansas State is now 5 for 6 on 3rd down conversions?
Well, they want to be high efficiency, but it does help that they're getting 7 yards a pop on 1st down. It really opens up the playbook, and they can continue to do the offense that they want with running the football.
Klein, the reverse, Lockett trying to put some moves on, unable to fool Eddie Johnson, who has his 5th tackle of the game. This time a tackle for a loss of 2.
Eddie Johnson's responsibility, being the backside linebacker, is to cover just that, the backside. He didn't bite on the fake, came up, made a great stop, showed his athletic ability, his speed, his vision. Exactly what the defense needed to do in that situation.
A redshirt freshman is Eddie Johnson, just such a young Miami team. 2nd down and 12. Klein drops back to pass. Over the middle, has his man open for the touchdown. Curry Sexton with a 27-yard touchdown.
Well, we talk about the touch that Colin Klein puts on the ball. Doesn't throw a lot of bad passes at the feet or behind the receivers. Nice touch on that play. Good job of reading where that safety was on the field and finding the open man and making an accurate throw.
Cantelli on for the extra point. 24-3. K-State leading Miami here at home. Colin Klein, who has 2 touchdowns on the ground, goes to the air, finds Curry Sexton wide open for the touchdown. 24-3 K-State. And Philip Dorsett back deep. Dorsett will let that one sail into the end zone. And Miami will start at the 25. Eric, how about the throwing motion of Colin Klein?
Well, there's a lot of critics out there that say he's a run first, throw second, but I have no problems with the way that he's throwing the football. His elbow's high. That's usually what the critics say. They say you got to get your elbow up. You're throwing it sidearm. You know, he doesn't have a lot of zip on the ball, but he throws a nice, accurate pass with a lot of loft, and you can tell that in certain situations, that's exactly what they need.
Makes it very easy for the receivers to catch him.
It does. It hits your hands really soft, and the receivers like that.
On 1st down, the handoff to Mike James. James, with his speed, picks up a couple yards, but Arthur Brown was there for the stop, a pickup of 2 for Mike James.
Arthur Brown is such an aggressive linebacker. The things that he does to help this team, his leadership, the way that he plays, he's an unselfish player, but he's got such that natural ability to just get his nose right where the ball's at.
2nd and 8. A pass, and that is complete to Kendall Tompkins, but it's going to be a loss of 2.
I almost wonder if that would have been a fumble if he wouldn't have caught it.
Right.
Look at the height on the jump. Really distorted the vision of Stephen Morris.
Justin Suggle, the linebackers, had a good game so far. Duke Johnson is in on 3rd and 10. Morris hit from behind, fumbles the ball. And K-State recovers.
That is a big-time hit on Stephen Morris. Didn't see it coming at all.
Adam Davis delivered the blow for the sack, forced the fumble. Ryan Mueller recovers. And once again, it's K-State with a short field.
Adam Davis just showing his explosiveness and his power. Anytime you blindside the quarterback, next series, that's what you're going to be thinking about.
K-State's defense already in this game, 7 tackles for a loss and 2 takeaways. 1st and 10 from the 20. Harper in motion. Hand off to Hubert. Hubert up the middle. And he gets taken down around the 11-yard line, a pickup of 9. Shayon Green with a tackle. Let's check back in with Darius Walker on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, the battle of the trenches is being won by K-State right now. They're beating up this Miami defensive line and this offensive line. It's really one-sided down here on the field, guys.
One-sided down the field, one-sided on the scoreboard as well. 24-3, Kansas State leading Miami with just about 4:20 to go here in the first half. Harper in motion again. The handoff to Hubert, again up the middle. And Hubert picks up the first down. Marked down at the 6-yard line. A 5-yard pickup. We just heard Darius talk about the battle of the trenches being won by K-State.
Well, you can totally tell that that's exactly what happened. Bunch just gets beat. Didn't set his feet right. Got to move your feet on an aggressive outside defensive end rush. It happened to cause that fumble.
1st and goal from the 6 for the Wildcats. Klein, designed run. Klein gets hit hard. Picks up 2 yards. Eddie Johnson, that redshirt freshman, already with 6 tackles in this game. And Eric, that's the type of hit that kind of takes its toll on you, know?
It sure does, but he's a guy that just keeps on ticking. I mean, last year, when this game was over with, I guess he was covered in blood. I mean, the guy had cuts on his arms and his hands and his legs, and that's the type of player that he is. So it's going to take a lot of hits to wear him down.
2nd and goal from the 4. Klein again will run for it. Klein dives forward. He's going to be marked down at the 1. Anthony Chickalo able to save a touchdown. So 3rd and goal coming up from the 1 here for Kansas State. And my question to you is this now 2-down territory? You're up 24-3. Do you go for the big hit here if you don't get in on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2?
Well, I think that the way that Darius says they're winning the trenches, they're believing that they can get 2 yards. That's a call that I think Bill Snyder would definitely make.
It will be 3rd and goal from the 2. Hubert in the backfield with Klein. And now a timeout will be called here by Kansas State. With the play clock down to 5, head coach Bill Snyder calls a timeout. (24-3) here with 2:24 to go in the first half. Kansas State leading Miami. Next Saturday, college football returns to FX with another doubleheader beginning with 20th-ranked TCU making its Big 12 debut as they head to Kansas to take on the Jayhawks. Then Portland State will go up the road, take on the Washington Huskies. Coverage of our FX Game of the Week doubleheader presented by Geico begins next Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And how about the crowd coming out here to this place today? We got to the stadium at around 9. Parking lots were filling up. In this place, you can't find an empty seat.
I think that's a take your hat off to Bill Snyder and the program that he's built around here, and how he's got the community and the fans and the teams and everybody in the state to really buy into this program.
3rd and goal from the 2. Klein tries to flip it behind him to Harper. And now Harper will be taken down for a loss beyond the 20 at the 23-yard line. Shayon Green A loss of 19 on the play, and that play just puzzles me.
I'm really surprised that they didn't just hand it off to the fullback, hand it off to the running back, quarterback sneak it. It almost looked like they were trying to do a trick play, and that's really not what they've been about.
You almost thought when you saw Klein jump up, it was going to be that Tim Tebow.
And started on my signal.
So instead of having an opportunity of 4th and goal to punch it in, now you're going to try a 37-yard field goal attempt by Anthony Cantelli.
I really disagree with that play call, and a little more conservative on the 2-yard line might have been a better option.
And the field goal is no good. So that play just cost him at least 3 points, if not 7 points. They had great starting field position. The sack by Adam Davis, the forced fumble, but then on first down, the pass is swung out to Duke Johnson, and Johnson will pick up a couple of yards. Randall Evans there on the tackle.
Good coverage downfield by the secondary. Really following those receivers right in their hip pocket, giving Morris really nowhere to go but the check down.
You almost wonder if Miami could put something together here on this drive, if they can gain some confidence going into the locker room after stopping Kansas State when they had 3rd and goal from the 2. They're taking their time though right now. Play clock is down to 7, game clock at a minute. A handoff to Duke Johnson, and Johnson gets the first down. Kansas State, once again, no penalties. Last year they led the Big 12 in fewest penalties. Morris passing over the middle. Wide open is Philip Dorsett up to the 50-yard line. And Miami still has 2 timeouts. They can certainly try to get into field goal range.
Stephen Morris did a good job the last play of looking off Arthur Brown.
Whistle before the snap, a timeout taken by Kansas State. Al Golden's team marching down, coming up on the Pizza Hut halftime show. Patrick O'Neill, Eddie George, Joey Harrington talking about a good game in Columbus. Penn State trying to rebound. South Carolina without Connor Shaw starting, trying to open up at home with a victory. That's all coming up on the Pizza Hut halftime show. 24-3 here. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker. Miami with 2 timeouts remaining in 31 seconds. Jake Wyclaw has already hit from 32 yards out. He's a guy who has a good leg.
Great opportunity for them to gain some momentum going into halftime. Talked about overcoming some adversity. If they can get 10 points on the board, even a field goal, I think is something to work on when you come in the second half.
Absolutely. Stephen Morris in the shotgun. Morris stepping up over the middle, complete to Rashawn Scott, and Scott is at the 25-yard line, a pickup of 25. And Miami going to the hurry-up. Game clock down to 17. Morris gets rid of it again to Scott, and Scott up to the 20, and a timeout is taken by Miami with 12 seconds to go. That's a second timeout taken by Miami of the half. And again, you got to think about that momentum potential swing that we have had here in the last 2 minutes or so. Tonight, college football returns to Fox as Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington once again get you ready for kickoff with a Ford Fox College Saturday pregame show. Then Rex Burkhead and the 16th ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. They go to Los Angeles for an early season test against UCLA. Coverage of Fox College Football presented by Geico begins tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. But Eric, you go back to the stop that Miami's defense made on 3rd and goal from the 2. A big costly error by Kansas State, a missed field goal attempt, and now Miami marching down at the 20. They're in field goal range right now. They have 1 timeout remaining in 12 seconds
But
left.
this could be very well a 14-point game going into halftime. And we know what's happened before when Miami's been down by 14 points. They've got that ability by Al Golden to have this team not give up.
Empty backfield as Johnson goes in motion. Morris stepping up and running for it. This is dangerous. They got to get down and call the timeout quick. 4 seconds, and there is Al Golden racing down the sideline to get the timeout to set up the chance for a field goal. It's not easy running down there in this heat with a tie and khakis on.
Not at all. Kind of surprised maybe they didn't take a shot at the end zone. They're down 21 points. What a momentum shifter that would have been, getting a touchdown out of this deal, out of this drive.
4 seconds to go here in the first half here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas. Kansas State against Miami. K-State leading 24-3. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker. College football on Fox. A 27-yard field goal attempt upcoming for Jake Wyclaw. Kansas State missed an opportunity as they had 3rd and goal from the 2, a loss of 19 yards on a trick play, then a missed field goal. The only drive so far today, they did not score. And now a chance for Wyclaw to hit his 2nd of the game. And Wyclaw's kick is good. He hits from 32, he hits from 27, and he gets a couple more points on the board for the Hurricanes. 24-6 at the half, K-State leads. Now let's go to Patrick O'Neill, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington at the studio for the Pizza Hut halftime.
Getting ready to kick off the second half.
Miami will receive to open up this second half. Duke Johnson takes it at the goal line. And Johnson gets tripped up as he crosses the 20 up to the 21-yard line. Jonathan Truman there on the special teams tackle. But after that play, where we saw the 19-yard loss, a missed field goal, Miami marches down the field, gains some confidence, converts a 27-yard field goal with time expiring, and now they have the ball here to start the second half.
Yeah, they did a great job in the beginning of the game deferring to get the ball and then having a chance with momentum kicking that field goal.
On first down, the handoffs to Mike James, bounces it outside, and James picks up 9 on first down. Arthur Brown with his 4th tackle of the game sets up 2nd down and 1.
Mike James showing you how powerful he is too, and that's why he's got the starting nod at the running back position. It's because he can lower his head and gain extra yards.
Morris back to pass. He completes the pass to Rashawn Scott, who got hit hard by Jared Milo. Let's take a look at the first half stats brought to you by Geico. Look at the difference in rushing yards. 17 for Miami, 118 for K-State.
Kansas State doing what they do best, keeping the ball on the ground. Time of possession, we're about double right now of what Miami has.
Mike James bounces around to pick up 2, another tackle by Arthur Brown. What will it take for Miami to get back into this one trailing 24-6?
Well, if they can drive down the field and put this one in the end zone, I think that gives them life. You know, it's 13-24. That's a big swing from almost being 31-3.
Yeah.
In the second quarter.
Morris gets a good block from James. Pump fake. Now just trying to pick up some positive yards, and he does just that. Picks up 3 yards as he's run out by Adam Davis. Davis had that sack and the forced fumble. He actually has 2 sacks in the game. He had 4 sacks all of last year. So 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Hurricanes.
Smart play by Stephen Morris just to take the ball and get out of bounds and call a play where you got about 6 yards to pick it up the 1st down.
Duke Johnson in motion, empty backfield on 3rd and 5. Morris over the middle, and it is caught, hauled in by Malcolm Lewis. A very, very nice catch by the true freshman.
When you have true freshmen that can come out here in a situation 3rd and long and make a big-time catch using your hands, not cradling it, says a lot about the athleticism and the talent that Miami brings to the table.
Morris stepping up, pressured again, throws, and that one is incomplete. Was looking for Malcolm Lewis again, and now a flag comes in.
Maybe debating whether this is a personal foul penalty.
Illegal touching offense. He went out of bounds and was the first to touch the ball. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
With 13 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, let's check back in with Darius Walker. What'd you find out from the coaches, Darius?
Hey guys, talked with the coaches at halftime, and for K-State, Coach Snyder likes what his team is doing. They got to keep their foot on the gas. When you switch sides to Al Golden, he said that they got to make some plays. Defensively, offensively, they got to do something. They got to do something to start winning that line of scrimmage battle that we've been talking about all day. Keep you guys updated here on the 2nd half.
2nd down and 10 coming up for Stephen Morris under center with Duke Johnson in the backfield. The toss is to Philip Dorsett, breaks away from one tackle, and Dorsett, he's going to be tackled for a loss of 1. All that running results in a loss of 1. Javonte Boyd with a tackle.
Javonte Boyd not giving up on that play. Little misdirection, turning to one side, faking those linebackers out, and then handing the ball off to the other side. Staying home, containment from the secondary. Those are all things that are important to make that play behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
3rd and long here for Miami. Morris has time down the field, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Malcolm Lewis. That was about as much time as we have seen Stephen Morris have in that pocket.
Coming out, young guys as a freshman. You've got Eric Flowers playing football in college ranks, big-time college ranks for the first time. They really like this guy. I think the pass protection looked a lot better coming out in the 2nd half than it did all 1st half.
Dalton Botts on to punt. Tyler Lockett, Tremaine Thompson are both back deep for Kansas State. A high, short punt. K-State clears out. It will be downed at the 29-yard line, a 25-yard. Punt by Dalton Botts. Well, conference play is just around the corner here for the Big 12, and we've got some realignment. 2 teams go out, 2 teams come in, West Virginia and TCU. TCU will open up their Big 12 play next week right here on Fox as they will travel to Lawrence, Kansas and take on KU. And then West Virginia will open up their Big 12 play in a few weeks when they will host Baylor. Kansas State will start at their own 29-yard line. And this is their worst starting field position of the day. On 1st down, Hubert kind of slipped behind the line of scrimmage as Denzel Perryman was coming in, a loss of 1. How many teams do you think would sign up for their worst starting field position at their own 29?
I know I would like that. There's a lot of teams out there that would love a 29-yard line start. Used to seeing it behind the 20.
Yeah.
It all comes down to special teams. Laying that ball up there in the air. The wind holding it up there. Try to pin him back deep. Wasn't able to do that.
Empty backfield on 2nd and 11. Klein drops back. He's going to run again. Tucks it up the middle. And Klein you can tell he's not too comfortable sliding. He's able to pick up the first down. Vaughn Telemark is there for the tackle, 11-yard run for Colin Klein, but he's a guy who's used to putting his shoulder down.
And that's a design play right there. You know, the pump fake, quarterback draw, get the fullback up on the linebackers, and then let Colin Klein make the read to gain those yards. And you can see that he kind of felt a little uncomfortable. Should I slide? Should I put my head down? I think he's better off putting his head down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Handoff is to Hubert. And Hubert tried to stay in bounds, could not walk the tightrope. Picks up 3 yards.
Pretty amazing when you have a quarterback like Colin Klein, what that does to the rest of your offense. Your running backs opens up the offense a little bit. They've got to respect Colin Klein even after he fakes the ball. It holds those linebackers for just a split second to really open up other holes for those running backs.
Speaking with Miami's defensive coordinator, Mark D'Onofrio, he said, I mean, this is the type of quarterback that gives you nightmares. A guy who obviously can run, likes to run, and can also hit his receivers when he wants to put it in the air.
So far, they haven't been able to stop him.
On 2nd and 7, here is a pass, swung outside. Tyler Lockett down the sideline. Lockett's got the speed and gets wrestled down from behind, and there's the flag.
One of the hardest things to do as a quarterback is throw on the run. That was an amazing pass by Colin Klein as far as putting it right on the money.
Horse collar tackle. Defense number 22. That penalty being forced, half the distance to go from the end of the run, 1st down.
Look at Colin Klein just approach the line on the run and then put it right on the numbers, and then Lockett showing you his track speed. If he wouldn't have got face mask, he might have been in the end zone.
Tyler Lockett, his dad Kevin, is the all-time leading receiver here at Kansas State in both receptions and yards. Angelo Pease now in the backfield after the penalty tacked on 6 more yards, totaled a 50-yard play. 1st and goal, Klein. Up the middle, Klein falls just before the goal line. Olsen Pierre was there to bring him down.
One thing I'm seeing from Colin Klein is as he's falling, it's almost like he's turning and running backwards. When you take your eyes off the defenders, you really put yourself at risk for injury. So for him to stay down, forward, see where those hits are coming from, will protect him in the long run this season.
2nd and goal from the 1. Does Klein call his own number again?
We won't see a pitch, I'm sure.
Klein pushes forward. And it is a touchdown. Third rushing touchdown of the day for Colin Klein.
What a big statement that makes. Driving the ball 72 yards, 71 yards, getting in the end zone, throwing it on the run, having a big play, really breaks open this offense. It's going to be tough for Miami to really hold in and say, okay, what are they going to do? Are they going to run? Are they going to throw? And that's the part that makes it so hard. They're off balance.
Cantelli's extra point is good. Colin Klein enjoying this beautiful day here in Manhattan, Kansas. 71 yards on 6 plays. The big play, Tyler Lockett, a 44-yard catch. And then he ran, showed off his speed. Anthony Cantelli on to kick off again here for K-State. That one sails through the end zone. And Miami will start at their 25. The defensive line for Miami has had a tough task here today, trying to stop the rush offense for K-State.
Let's take a look at the big play. You got to respect Colin Klein as a runner. Once you do that, you look in the backfield for a split second. which allows Lockett to get on the outside and make the big play downfield.
How does Miami respond here? Down 31-6 now. Morris back to pass, and the pass is dropped by Duke Johnson. That's the second drop pass by Duke Johnson in this game. He had a chance in that first half on a slant pass to run for a lot of yards if he made the play.
Morris really put it in a good spot away from the linebacker so you protect the receiver. You really got to bring that ball in, especially on this drive. You're down 31-6. You need to score on this drive to keep yourself in the game.
Inside handoff to James up the middle, and James picks up 4. Fox College Football is presented by Geico. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Justin Kutcher alongside Eric Crouch and Darius Walker. Kansas State ranked number 21 in the country. And they are looking very, very good right now after a 51-9 victory last week over Missouri State, where they struggled in that first half. 3rd and 6. Empty backfield. Morris, the pass to his tight end, Clive Walford, who's able to stay up and dive forward for that first down.
Very impressive balance by Clive Walford. Puts his hand out. Look at the strength in his arm. He's about an inch off the ground. Gets back up and bowls his way for a first down.
And now it looks like we're going to have this play reviewed.
Further review.
That's going to be really hard to overturn.
As every fan watching right now knows, you need conclusive evidence to overturn this.
I think his heel was keeping his whole leg off the ground. As his heel goes out, his leg straightens just enough for his hips to stay above the ground. And with his arm strength, he's able to really do what he did was a one-handed push-up right here.
Maybe
Incredible
some
strength.
yoga, Pilates, push-ups, you know,
Hey,
just combine them all.
Whatever you need to do to come out and make plays like this.
It was a 3rd and 6. He got 7 yards for the first down, if the play stands.
They really need this first down to keep this momentum going that they have. Would hate to see him punt it away right here and give Kansas State the ball back.
And don't forget, you're down 31-6. In K-State, they take time off the clock on each and every possession. A lot of time.
We're already 8 minutes left into the third quarter. First time Miami's got the ball. But if you go back and look, they may not be in this situation if we catch the ball.
A long, long look at this play. Clive Walford, 6'4", 250 pounds.
You almost wonder if they saw something the longer the review goes.
Walford out of the state of Florida. You ready for this? 67 players on the roster for Miami are from the state of Florida.
That is a hotbed for talent.
After further review, the runner was down at the 32-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 3 at the 32-yard line on the right hash.
Wow, I am blown away by that review. What a big turn of events here. Trying to think maybe what they saw. They may have just saw his pants maybe brush the turf, and if that's the case, he's down.
Instead of a first down, now it's a punt. Tremaine Thompson is back deep for Kansas State. A low kick takes a good bounce for Miami. And this one will be downed at the 20-yard line. Introducing the UPS Team Performance Index, a new statistical measure that looks at the efficiency of a team's offense, defense, special teams, and miscues to define the competitive advantage. Check out the UPS Team Performance Index throughout the season for a look at the logistics behind a winning team. Colin Klein in the shotgun on 1st and 10 from his own 20 with 7:57 to go. His team leading 31-6 over Miami. Play clock is down to 5. Klein keeps it and gets tripped up in the backfield. Eddie Johnson with his 7th tackle of the game.
Just want to talk about Stephen Morris and the things that a quarterback and the leader of your team really need to do at this point in the game. You really got to get in front of your defensive line. You really got to get your team motivated to play. You got to go over to your offense. You got to say, hey guys, stick with me, get me the ball back. We need to go down and we need to score to make this a competitive game.
Stephen Morris is the leader of this Miami team. Can he rally his team and make any effort in a comeback? On 2nd and 10, it's Klein again. Keeping it himself, cutting it back, picking up some more yards, gets hit hard by Ramon Buchanan. A pickup of 5 will set up 3rd down and 5. And right now is that time for this Miami team. Can they get a stop on 3rd down?
Well, they've had a tough time all day. 3rd down conversions have been very impressive by Kansas State in their offense. They've mixed it up. They've got them off balance. They don't really know what they're going to do.
5 wide receivers in. Is this another one where we see Colin Klein fake and run?
I think they might throw the ball in this down. They've got 4 split receivers, an empty formation. Looks like a blitz coming.
Klein trying to avoid the pressure. He does run for it. Klein will fall forward, and it looks like he has that 1st down.
So elusive, so hard to tackle. Really, that play was not designed to happen like that. I think they were looking to throw it, and he dropped back and just saw the blitz coming. His vision from the backside, was able to see the linebacker get in his face, made a nice little move there to free himself up and gain that 1st down.
You know, it's funny because before we talked about his throwing motion, and it's not pretty, but he gets the job done. Same thing about running. It's not pretty, but he gets the job done almost every time.
He's a smart player. You can see he knew exactly where he needed to get for that 1st down.
Keeps it. And again, spins away, picks up 2 yards. A.J. Highsmith with a tackle. But look at what's happening. That clock continues to run. And you're under 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
The clock is running. Colin Klein is making his spin moves. He's got about 5 spin moves. You really have to be careful.
Yeah.
You lose vision when you spin move. And that's when you can take a really big hit.
Again, empty backfield with 5 wide receivers in. 2nd down and 8. Klein to pass, far sideline, and it is picked off. Brandon McGee. The pass intended for Chris Harper, and McGee was able to elevate. And the 1st turnover of the game for Kansas State. So will that give Miami life? The senior from Plantation, Florida goes up, comes down, has a foot down, and it's Miami ball when we come back. Brendan McGee trying to get his teammates pumped up. Good field position here for Miami. Morris, plenty of time. A flag is thrown, the pass is dropped. Looking for Duke Johnson, and another flag comes flying in. We had 1 flag in the offensive backfield, 1 flag in the defensive backfield.
Holding offense number 65. That penalty is declined. Pass interference number 80. That penalty is accepted. 15 yards, still 1st down.
So Brandon Linder, the junior leader of this offensive line, having a couple mistakes today in the game. Rashawn Scott. Pass interference on the receiver. Again, we talked about mistakes, and when you're down in the second half, the mental mistakes, they count against you in a big way.
And on top of that, you just had the turnover with great field position. Now you back yourself up 15 yards. 1st and 25. Stephen Morris, the pass is complete. Now, Duke Johnson makes the catch, and he gets very close to that first down marker. Let's check back in with Darius Walker. Darius, what's going on?
Hey, guys, you know, we talked a lot about Duke Johnson before the game. Miami's really trying to figure out ways to get him the ball. You see him in space, they'll split him out at wide receiver. They just lined him up on a linebacker there to get him one-on-one. Anything to get your playmakers the ball is what Miami's trying to do right now.
That 15-yard pickup brought him back to the original line of scrimmage, sets up 2nd down and 10. Splitting out is Johnson. Morris, play action. Rolling out to his right, now looking back. Nowhere to go, and he just throws it away.
Smart play by the quarterback, Stephen Morris. A lot of pressure by the two defensive ends and defensive linemen, Violet Dewey and Mashak Williams.
Latui comes out, as does Javonte Boyd on the defensive line. 3rd and 10. Check out the crowd here.
When you see Johnson going in motion, it sure is a decoy for that defense. They're following him around. Believe me, they have their eyes on him.
Johnson in motion, empty backfield. Morris steps up over the middle, completes the pass to Devon Johnson. And Johnson has the first down, a 16-yard pickup on 3rd and long.
Really like what Stephen Morris is doing here, reading the field. He looks right at the safety to make sure that he's got enough space to get that ball in there, and he did. Great accurate throw.
On 1st down, the handoff to Johnson. Johnson keeps those feet going, gets up to the 33-yard line, a pickup of 4. We'll set up 2nd down and 6. Arthur Brown with his 7th tackle of the game. The former Miami Hurricane, now Kansas State Wildcat, who is from Wichita, Kansas. An All-American candidate is Arthur Brown. On 2nd and 6, Morris over the middle, going up to haul it in is Philip Dorsett. What a catch there by the sophomore. Jared Milo on the coverage, and Miami's going in the hurry-up.
Morris just steps into the throw and puts a lot of zip on. It's a little bit behind him. The receiver just went up, caught the ball at its highest point.
Morris swings it out. Devon Johnson able to pick up 3 yards on 1st down.
Again, Stephen Morris putting that ball just behind him, which actually was a great throw because the defender had a little beat on that route. And he was in front of him, so if he would have put it in front, could have risked an interception. Good job on the backside shoulder throw.
2nd down and 7. Morris swings it out to Mike James. And a flag comes flying in. Morris got hit hard. Ryan Mueller delivered the blow, number 44 for Kansas State.
I think we're going to see helmet-to-helmet contact here.
Personal foul. Defense, number 44, leading with the crown of the helmet. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
That is the first Kansas State penalty of the game.
It's so hard not to lead with your helmet, thinking about the new rules. You really got to find one side of the body and use your shoulder. Otherwise, you're going to have a 15-yard personal foul penalty.
They're going to walk this one off.
Moore showing his toughness, too.
Oh, yeah.
Getting right back up. Initially, it hurt, but in this time, to score a touchdown this part of the game, got to keep your quarterback in. 1st and goal from the 6. Johnson in motion. And the pass is incomplete, looking for Kendall Tompkins. Pressure by Ryan Mueller, who just delivered that blow to Stephen Morris. And you could see Morris didn't have his feet set when he made that throw. Yeah, he didn't. He just saw and felt the pressure, kind of was backpedaling on his heels. not the normal, traditional way that you want to throw a pass when you're down here on the goal line.
2nd and goal from the 6 for the Hurricanes. Duke Johnson in the backfield. The pitch is to Johnson, trying to get to the outside. Dives forward, but he was run out of bounds by Alana Finau. Gonna mark it down at the 3-yard line.
They believe in this freshman, Duke Johnson. His whole drive's been about finding ways to get him the ball. His speed is incredible. He beat 2 guys to the outside and almost reached that ball in the end zone.
3rd and goal from the 3, and you gotta think this is 2-down territory right now.
This part in the game, there's no question, the way that Miami's been able to drive this ball down the field, mixing it up with the short throws over the middle, getting their tight end involved.
And now a timeout taken by Miami. Al Golden had to come in and call that timeout. Having trouble getting lined up, getting the play call they want. Our Fox crew bringing you college football all season long. They work so hard they need massages during the timeouts.
I wouldn't mind a massage. How about you?
Be great. A little tense up here. It's 3rd and goal from the 3.
Could be their first touchdown of the game.
Mike James in the backfield. Morris rolls out to his left. Tries to cut it back, nowhere to go, and is sacked by Arthur Brown. Seemed like a ton of confusion for coming out of a timeout.
Sure did, but it didn't confuse Arthur Brown. His ability to find the ball, we've been talking about it all game. He shows his speed, doesn't get fooled by the rollout, continues to fight by blocks, and makes a big hit on Stephen Morris. Wow, he's taking a pounding here in the second half.
A loss of 8, 4th and goal from the 11, down 31-6. They have to go for it. Play clock is down to 4. Down to 1, they just get it off. Morris steps up. Morris is gonna try to run for it. Dives forward, and he's gonna be knocked out of bounds at the 3 by Randall Evans. A turnover on downs. Arthur Brown with that big play to set up 4th and goal from the 11.
He's kind of jogging there. If he could have sprinted a little bit faster, may have been able to pick up that outside block even sooner. And he might have had that extra foot he needed to get the ball over the goal line.
And all Al Golden can do is kind of sigh and say, we took all that time off the clock and couldn't get any points on the board. And now let's see if the defense can make a stop and force maybe a 3 and out. With Kansas State backed up at their own 3-yard line. On 1st down, Klein will hand off to Pierce. And Pierce will pick up a couple yards up to the 5. Randall Evans made that stop on 4th down. Closed that gap that forced Morris towards the sideline and eventually out. Kansas State very happy to take as much time off the clock as they can.
They're going to be running the ball again here, just trying to get some more breathing room for the offense to really open up their playbook a little bit more.
Hand off to Pease again. Able to bounce to the outside. Pease has a 1st down and runs out of bounds. 11-yard run for Angelo Pease. And Pease showing great patience as a runner.
He sure did, but let's credit the offensive line what they've been able to do today. Big guys, a running attack, solid blockers, moving the line, getting up on the linebackers when they need to, and not just hitting a guy and leaving him alone, but staying after him until the whistle. That's so important in the running game to be successful.
Last play of this third quarter. Klein again, the handoff to Pease. And Pease back to the line of scrimmage, so that will bring this third quarter to an end. 31-6. Kansas State leading Miami as we move on to the fourth. Justin Kutcher alongside Heisman Trophy winner Eric Crouch. And Eric, this Kansas State team, they're playing K-State football with a comfortable lead now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they sure are. And one reason they're doing that is they're able to mix up their formations, bring in tight ends and fullbacks and different receivers, and really keep that Miami team off balance. It's been really a struggle for them all day.
Second down and 10. The handoff to Angelo Pease. And Pease will get a yard. So third and long coming up here for Kansas State. This K-State offense clicking, putting up 31 points. Darius, what are you seeing from down on the field about this offense?
Well, guys, one of the things that they can do offensively is stretch the ball a little bit. Defensively, Miami is starting to stack the box. They're trying to stop Klein. Look for Hubert and Pease to be able to get out on the edge a little bit here for K-State.
On 3rd and 9, an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in. Play clock down to 2. Klein drops back, pass over the middle. Tremaine Thompson, and Thompson stays in bounds, tight ropes, and he gets the first down.
Miami's defense was really trying to show Colin Klein a little different look, but Tremaine Thompson doing a fabulous job of just knowing where that first down marker is. I know he probably doesn't want to get out of bounds, but he picked up the first down, and that gives him another opportunity at 4 more plays.
And demoralizing for Miami's defense. They have Colin Klein, they have K-State's offense backed up in a 3rd and long situation, and they give up the first down. John Hubert back in at running back. Hubert on first down. Spins and picks up 6 yards. Tyrone Cornelius with the tackle.
Again, the fullback, Braden Wilson, having a tremendous day. Pancake block. Here he's been doing that. He's had 2 or 3 pancake blocks today. What an important part of an offense that runs the ball, that has a quarterback that's involved, who shows different looks. I mean, a valuable player in that offense.
And you don't see a lot of teams in college, for that matter in the NFL, who use their fullbacks that much anymore.
You really don't, especially in the Big 12 Conference. It's pretty much an unknown offense that they're the only ones that do it.
Let's talk about that, as very close to the first down marker for John Hubert. The helmet came off, so he has to now come out this play, sit out this play, then he can come back in. What do you think, as he picked up the first down, of that, the fact that this K-State offense plays so much different than every other team in the Big 12?
Well, defensively, going into conference play, it will be a challenge because they see the same fast-paced offense out of Oklahoma State. Kansas State, true power game, a quarterback that can run. You really have to be able to watch everything that he does in the backfield. Again, right here, we're watching him throw the ball.
Zach Trujillo. Trujillo down the sideline with a stiff arm, and he gets dragged out of bounds by Dion Bush. Off the play action, 58 yards.
One thing you have to be good at is selling the fake. Look at the selling the fake there with Colin Klein. Allows that backers to step up and bite on that. Gets that tight end right behind the linebacker core and is able to pick up a large gain on the play.
58 yards, now 1st and goal from the 5 for the Wildcats. Hand off to Hubert. And Hubert stays on his feet, then loses the football. K-State able to recover it. The forced fumble by Dion Bush. Hubert pulled it back in.
One thing you want to do down here in the red zone, Kansas State's been very good at that, is getting points. Every time you get inside the 20-yard line, we need a touchdown. We need a field goal. But a great defensive play and trying to strip the ball, make something happen, and get your team some momentum to try to do anything that they can to get back in this game.
2nd and goal. Klein hands off to Hubert. Hubert with the push, gets in for the touchdown. Four-yard touchdown run for John Hubert.
I'm so impressed by the offensive line ability to push the defensive line around. It's a young defensive line from Miami, but Kansas State has really had their way with them all day long.
Anthony Cantelli on for the extra point. (38-6). Pacific time. Cantelli to kick off again. Duke Johnson takes it from the 3. And Johnson takes it back up to the 20-yard line, a return of 17 yards. Well, this stadium, Bill Snyder Family Stadium, is going to undergo a renovation here. The West Stadium Center, a $75 million project. When you come back here next year, it'll look very different, especially where Eric and I are standing right now. The project will double the number of restrooms at the stadium and triple the concession areas. There'll be additional seating and the K-State Hall of Honor. That's all part of the $75 million West Stadium Center project. A fumble by Stephen Morris as he got hit. No sign yet on who has the ball.
You saw that pocket really close fast. You know, Stephen Morris did not have a lot of time. The defensive lineman, John Sua, really closing that gap and making Stephen Morris make a bad decision and fumble the ball.
K-State recovers. And once again, K-State will have great field position. It almost looked like he ran into his own man, too.
I think his lineman hit him, but when you pump fake it and you come down, you want to buy yourself time. You want to get out of that pocket. You don't want to stand in there. At least throw it away, maybe to the feet of your tailback.
New quarterback in for Kansas State, Daniel Sams. This is a very athletic guy, loves to run, goes up the middle for a touchdown. That didn't take long. The freshman from Louisiana, backing up Colin Klein, doesn't get many opportunities. And he comes in and runs it in from 15 yards out.
It's able to build depth in your offense. If something were to happen to Colin Klein later this year, you really have some confidence in your backup.
Cantelli's extra point is good. Coach Snyder, I think, is happy with his backup. Daniel Sams has the hole and goes right through it. Time now for today's Reese's Perfect Play, and it just took place.
tell you why this is the perfect play. The fullback, Braden Wilson, just getting a powerful hit on the outside of the linebacker, and Sam's turning on the jets. He read that block perfectly and got himself in the end zone.
2 touchdowns in 17 seconds for K-State.
You just saw Braden Wilson, and he deserves a lot of pats on the back today for his stellar performance in blocking.
Cantelli's kick is taken at the 5 by Duke Johnson. Johnson looking for some room, and he gets hit from behind at the 16-yard line. Fox College football kicks off later today as number 16 Nebraska takes on UCLA. Tell us what you think and vote on the college football social poll of the week. Who has the strongest conference top to bottom in college football? Log on to facebook.com/Fox Sports to cast your vote. Poll results will air in the Fox College Saturday post-game show. Eric, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Which conference do you think is strongest top to bottom?
Wow, it would be hard not to believe that the Big 12 has the strongest conference after watching today's game and having 6 teams ranked in the top 25.
Duke Johnson on first down picks up 3 yards. So you're going to put the Big 12 over the SEC.
I know it's hard to do. I played in the Big 12. I know what the Big 12 is all about. I feel like the SEC's got a strong conference, but if you look at what the Big 12 has been able to do and putting teams like Oklahoma, Kansas State now on the map, Oklahoma State, all these teams have been playing very, very well and doing better than expected.
K-State leading 45-6 over Miami. Here you go. Big 12 and the SEC tie with the most teams in the AP top 25. What people will probably say, what you're going to hear the SEC people say is, yeah, but our defense is so good. Stephen Morris up the middle.
You might hear the Big 12 say, our offenses are so good.
But then people will say, well, good defense beats good offense, and you just hope that one day we'll get to see the two going up against each other.
Like the Big 12.
Colin Klein, his style of offense, what he has done in this game, 9 for 11, 210 yards passing, 22 carries, 71 yards, 3 touchdowns. He has accounted for 4 touchdowns on the afternoon.
I know they've got a play right here. It's either a middle return, getting to the outside. They really want to score a touchdown in the special teams today.
Dalton Botts, Tremaine Thompson calls for the fair catch at the 33-yard line, a 43-yard punt. K-State leading comfortably here in the fourth quarter, 45-6 over Miami. 5-6 over Miami. Our Han Cook Tires performance of the game is Colin Klein, the guy we spoke about at the very top of this broadcast.
You know, you look at the numbers that he has here, 9 completions, 11 attempts, very efficient in the passing game today, in which you see when you hit a big pass and make big plays like they have, really opens up your running game.
On first down, the handoff to Hubert, gets the outside, and Hubert picks up the first down as he's shoved out of bounds by Deion Bush. 11-yard pickup for Hubert. Let's check back in with Patrick O'Neill for a game break.
11 yards on the play. Good for a Wildcat.
Penn State trying to get their first win of the season. On first down, it's Hubert up the middle. And Hubert, again, just keeps those legs going. Up to the 39-yard line, a 17-yard run.
When you think about the speed of Miami and their youth, the one thing I think they're missing is that physical power. Miami's really getting run over, owned up on the line. But that's what happens when you've got freshmen and you've got sophomores. Their development, they're just not as strong as the juniors and seniors that are on the field. And that's actually showing.
Well, John Hubert goes out, leads with 106 yards rushing on the day. Robert Rose is now in. And Rose takes the handoff. He's able to pick up a couple, wrapped up quickly by Shayon Green.
Coming into this game, too, it's a great learning experience for them. You know, they know they're going to lose this football game, but also how do they respond right now? Are they going to make plays? Are they going to give up? You know, these plays, when they go back and watch film, the coaches are going to be grading them out. So how do they grade? How do they play? Did they play for 4 quarters? That's something that they're really going to be checked on when they go back to Miami.
On 2nd and 9. It's kept by Sams. And Sam stays on his feet, breaks a couple of tackles. How about the athleticism of Daniel Sams? 21-yard run by the freshman quarterback.
Pretty impressive run right there. Colin Klein taking it easy on the sideline, done for the day. But the backup quarterback, Daniel Sams, coming in, breaking tackles, leg drive, vision, even decides that, hey, I'm going to throw in a spin move here too.
On the day, Kansas State now over 250 yards on the ground. Last year in the victory at Miami, they had 265 yards rushing. The play clock down to 1. Rose on the carry. This Miami Hurricanes team, it's one of the legendary programs in college football. And you think about what they have done, 5 national championships since 1936. And this is a team that's kind of fallen on hard times. They brought in Al Golden and try to get them back to the glory days. And Al Golden, he turned around the Temple program, and he's trying to do the same thing here with this Miami program. Such a young team, 42 freshmen, 22 sophomores.
And he does that with discipline. I mean, that's what he preaches right when he came in, discipline, and that everybody's going to get the opportunity to play. He likes to spread the ball around.
Robert Rose with the carry. Let's check back in with Patrick O'Neill for another game break. He is impressed. He's right next to me.
Yeah, I am impressed. It was a jaw dropper when you just said that.
Well, it's funny, I saw Braxton Miller in high school, and he rushed for almost 200 yards in the first half.
That shows his athletic ability.
It's Sams on the keeper, up the middle for the touchdown. Second touchdown run of the game for the backup quarterback, Daniel Sams. This time from 11 yards.
So impressed with his burst of speed. Able to really just put his foot in the ground and go from 0 to 40 in 1 second. They have to feel comfortable with a backup quarterback that's that athletic and shows that amount of tremendous burst.
Cantelli's extra point is good again. 52-6. Bill Snyder, he may not be smiling outside, you know he's smiling on the inside.
And I don't necessarily think that they're trying to run up the score here. Miami just had some mental errors.
It's a rout here in Manhattan, Kansas. 52-6, K-State. Football. So I could have thrown out any name right there and you would have had no idea.
There's a good chance.
Duke Johnson takes the kick at the 6-yard line. Johnson able to get to the outside. Here goes the freshman. Down the sideline, the race is on. Johnson gets caught from behind inside the 20. Morgan Burns able to chase him down on special teams, but a 76-yard return by the freshman.
We talked about his speed before the game. We've talked about it during the game. Right here, switching the ball into his left hand, getting the ball in the perfect spot, because if it gets hit, it goes out of bounds. That's really good stuff from a freshman. Took a nice hit there at the end of that play. Saving a touchdown.
A new quarterback is in for Miami, Ryan Williams. Williams, his first pass attempt to Herb Waters. And a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 98. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Don't forget, coming up next, we've got number 13, Wisconsin, taking on Oregon State in Corvallis. Craig Bolerjack, Joel Klein, Petros Papadakis are standing by for that call in Corvallis, Oregon. Clements on the carry, picks up 4.
Putting in Ryan Williams in the game right now is probably just really doing that to protect Stephen Morris. Get him ready to play next week. Get a few snaps out of your backup, Ryan Williams. He's a young guy too, he's a sophomore, so this experience on the road is real valuable for this team.
Clements on the carry, cuts it back. Can't get in, we'll set up 3rd down and goal. Jonathan Truman on the stop. Stephen Morris now the baseball cap on. Third and goal from the 2.
And they make another goal line stand.
Williams rolling out, pass towards the end zone. It's hauled in by Clive Walford for the touchdown. Clive Walford has had a couple of nice catches in this game, including this one for the touchdown.
Nice touch on that ball. Clive Walford was just able to get by the linebacker, create some separation, allowing Ryan Williams to put that ball right on the money.
Jake Wyclaw on for the extra point. 52-13, K-State leads Miami. Wyclaw kicks off. Tyler Lockett takes it at the 4. And Lockett up across the 20, up to the 22-yard line. Coming up on the AT&T Fox College Saturday Game Break Show with Patrick O'Neill, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington. Braxton Miller, a story in Columbus, Ohio. And is there another letdown for the Nittany Lions? Taking on Virginia in Charlottesville. Those guys will get you up to speed. We're going to have the 3rd quarterback of the game now entering for Kansas State. Sam Johnson out of Topeka, Kansas, the sophomore. 5'11", 215 is now under center. We're going descending order of height. On 1st down, Demarius Robinson.
I wonder if he was thinking about changing that play. Looked like he got under center and then popped back up for a second. Again, great experience here in the end of the game to get your 3rd-team quarterback in. Probably won't see a whole lot of time during the year.
2nd down and 1. Demarcus Robinson in the backfield for Kansas State. Handoff again is to Robinson. Robinson's able to cut it back and pick up a first down. Under 3 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Coming up next, our FX game of the week. Wisconsin traveling to the Northwest to take on Oregon State. Craig Bolerjack, Joel Klein, Petros Papadakis are standing by for the call. I'm going to say it's going to be a beautiful day in Corvallis, Oregon. This time of the year in Oregon, it's awesome.
We got a nice one here today, too.
You can't beat the weather here right now.
Take this any day.
Another handoff. Just trying to take time off the clock. Fox College Football is presented by Geico. Coming up on 2:15 to go here in this game, and Eric, now watching this Kansas State offense, but also this Kansas State defense. What are your thoughts on the Wildcats?
Well, I expected a much closer game than this, and I'm just really impressed by the way the upperclassmen came out, showed leadership. They were very physical the whole game. The offensive line dominated. Defensive line dominated. The quarterback, Colin Klein, threw passes that were on the money. Nice touch passes that were easy to catch. Then he made plays in the ground game when he needed to.
This K-State team ranked number 21 in the country right now. Next week, they're home against North Texas. That September 22nd game, that's one you got to circle when they travel to Norman to take on Oklahoma. They'll be at West Virginia on October 20th.
Tough road schedule.
This is a team that last year was picked to finish 8th. They finished 2nd. And they won so many close games. A run for Sam Johnson. And Johnson gets lit up by Tyrone Cornelius. The guys are standing by in the studio. Patrick O'Neill, Eddie George, Joey Harrington waiting to talk about Braxton Miller. Waiting to talk about Penn State. A lot of Big Ten action to be discussed. Eddie's smiling, thinking about that Braxton Miller in Ohio State, the Urban Meyer era underway in Columbus, Ohio.
Pretty exciting what everybody feels that Urban Meyer will do at Ohio State, kind of like the expectations here of Al Golden, and to really bring this Miami team back to the national spotlight. And they've been a little bit embarrassed today.
A booming punt into the end zone. A touchback. This will be taken at the 20. Touchbacks on punts at the 20. Touchbacks on field goals go to the 25. Tomorrow, start your NFL Sunday with Fox NFL Sunday pregame show as Aaron Andrews has a one-on-one interview with Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Plus, Terry Bradshaw rates the 5 rookie quarterbacks that are making their debuts this week. It's all on the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, only on Fox. I'm looking forward to that interview that Aaron has with Aaron Rodgers.
I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. Packers versus the 49ers. I think that's going to be a showdown.
A loss of 2 on the final play of the game. Kansas State comes out and dominates. The handshakes, Al Golden and Bill Snyder. Respect from both men. But Kansas State just did it all today, on the ground, in the air. A 52-13 victory over Miami. Now let's get you out to Patrick O'Neill at the Fox studio for the AT&T Fox College Saturday Game Break Show.